Swallowed Star 524 Change. Chapter 524 Change. The third crystal lay in the palm, on the scales of the right claw. With a quick slash from another claw, the scales were slit through and fresh blood seeped out. Once again, the absorption began. The golden horned beast's huge head looked down at its right claw. While observing, a huge painful change began to occur in its right claw. With the special control abilities of the golden horned beast, it could completely control and limit the area of pain on its body. At this time, the third crystal had completely vanished and was absorbed into the right claw. Trigger. The golden horned beast triggered the mysterious energy from within. Immediately on the scales a blood-red engraving appeared. After absorbing the first crystal, this engraving was very simple and small. After the second, it got more complex. It had even doubled in size. At this point after the third, the engraving had gotten much more complex, almost as though they formed one full perfect body. Rumble. It waved its right claw, triggering the universe golden origin law energies. With one slash, a formless wave shook the air. A terrifying shockwave immediately exploded the mountain ranges ahead, and large amounts of metal scattered around. Compared to before, the strength has totally doubled. The melding level with the universe laws has also doubled. The golden horned beast couldn't help but raise its head and howl. Masha Luofeng had high comprehension ability. When it unleashed its strength, it was extremely strong. The golden horned beast, however, didn't have such an ability. Its attack was powerful mainly because of its natural talents and body, along with deities of the world, etc. And while it had proficiency in law comprehension, in battle, it couldn't unleash the full potential of the origin law strength. But now, with its comprehension to gold and the other laws doubled, even its battle powers had been doubled. Even though compared to the Masha clan's comprehension ability of 10 times, this is nothing, but it's still very impressive. Comprehension had doubled, and strength had doubled as well. Luofeng was excited. Absorbing 3 crystals meant one would become a blood warrior. A blood warrior had double the normal comprehension and twice the power during battle. I'll continue with the 4th. The Blood River Crystal's abilities were simply too heavenly, raising both comprehension and power. Even though every one of them didn't raise much by itself, however added together, it was still pretty impressive. One had to know that the Masha clansmen and other special races in the universe were all races with special abilities. The golden horned beast relied on brute force. The Masha clansman was proficient in assassination, and the Blood River Crystal could raise one's comprehension of all the laws, giving them the feeling of a fish in water. I really don't know how these Blood River crystals are produced. The golden horned beast continued to absorb the 4th crystal, similarly in its right claw, and this time while the right claw triggered the mysterious energy, the blood-red engraving grew even more. The overall growth, however, this time in comprehension and power, seemed to be just a little. The raise itself wasn't obvious, far from the previous 3. On to the 5th. After the 5th, the moment it triggered the mysterious energy, the engraving got more and more complex. It's melding with the universe origin laws and unleashing all rose by a level as well. The 6th, 7th, 8th. Luckily I have enough Blood River crystals. The Undying Shrine Envoy gave me 10. Otherwise there would no way the golden horned beast would have 10 to absorb. The black-clothed Luofeng stood at the side, looking at the incomparably huge being the golden horned beast as it began to absorb its 10th crystal. If it were a human, absorbing the 10th would make him a black warrior. The black warrior in Blood River Continent was a legend, belonging to the pinnacle of humans who had absorbed the crystals. Who knows what will happen to the golden horned beast after absorbing the 10th crystal? Let's begin. Chi. The golden horned beast used its sharp claw to slash its right palm, slicing through the scales. The 10th beautiful Blood River crystal fell into its palm, and immediately, the beast used its spirit energy to control it to land on its palm. As it made contact, the absorption began, and even matter-killing intent was produced. The killing intent attack from this 10th crystal is still very normal. It cannot affect me. It pales in comparison to the core of the whirlpool. The changes in the bones and muscles have already reached a very painful stage. However, I can still bear with it, ah. The golden-horned beast let out an incomparably painful howl. Howl! Howl! It shook the skies. Damn! The pain made black-clothed Luo Feng kneel on one knee, and the earth-body Luo Feng in the huge pit quarters too grabbed the floor. The pain caused sweat to fall constantly from his forehead, yet he gritted his teeth hard. It's too painful. It's simply. The pain from the right claw directly affected its soul. The three bodies all shared one soul. As the golden-horned beast howled in pain, the Masha body and the earth body all were in extreme pain too. This pain far exceeded the physical level, even to the point where the soul's willpower couldn't control it. It entered deep into the soul. Howl! Wail! The golden-horned beast, as the initial and direct point of pain, had to endure the strongest pain. It couldn't control its body as it flew madly into the skies of the metal continent, crashing about, large amounts of golden mountains crumbling as it smashed into them. The ground had huge 10 kilometers deep craters. As the golden-horned beast was in excruciating pain, the right claw had become a pale gold color. The scales seemingly thinner, the tips of the claw too had become a pale gold, as though the tips of those blade-like claws had countless little engravings. Chi-chi. The scales returned to black and the claws returned to its original state. The pain slowly dissipated. Who? Black-clothed Luo Feng stood up. Luo Feng, who was in the huge pit quarters, too let out a sigh of relief. The golden-horned beast stood on the ground for a while before stirring. I had known earlier that absorbing the 10th crystal would be special. However, I didn't expect the pain to be like that. Luo Feng was speechless. People with weak consciousness, just from the pain, their souls would have long crumbled and died. Howl!
The golden-horned beast rumbled and stood up, waving its heavenly pillar like right limb, simultaneously triggering the mysterious energy within. As it was triggered, the surface scales of its right claws had a huge change. The scales, bones, muscles, claws, and its innermost essence were swiftly changing as well. This was a change that occurred at its very core and essence. Such a change was obvious even on the outside. The right claw scales were thinner and were a pale gold in color. The muscles seemed to have doubled in thickness, the veins and vessels within had all become a pale gold in color, and the tip of the claw itself had become a pale gold blade-like claw. It seemed like there were countless engravings that were impossible to see with the naked eye. Simultaneously, the entire right claw had an incomparably complex and perfect blood-red engraving. It had formed one full body. This black-clothed Luo Feng and the earth body were both completely shocked. The golden-horned beast looked at its right claw, seeing clearly the unbelievable power coursing through it. It waved fiercely. The comprehension and unleashing of the origin laws is 3 times from before absorption of any crystals. Luo Feng's consciousness could clearly feel the right claw's huge change. This was still within my calculations. However, right now the right claw itself, it actually had a change in its very core. Normal carbon was formed from carbon atoms. Iron or 2 was formed from carbon atoms. A change in its essence, its physical appearance and strength too would go through change. And after absorbing the 10th crystal, that mysterious energy seemed to change the body itself, infusing a special effect, and actually directly changing the essence of the right claw. Not just its interior, but also the scales outside were changed to a pale gold in color. What power! The strength of this right claw can match up to the entire strength of its whole body from before. The golden-horned beast gently waved its right claw, creating shockwaves every time. Just how huge was its body? Its strength was mostly derived from its huge size, and the tail, which was almost as long as the entire body, along with the huge wings and the 4 claws. And right now just the strength within the right claw alone was comparable to its entire body. What idea was that? Natural ability strength doubles my strength. And the right claw now has the strength of the entire body from before. If I can completely control the full strength with one slash, wouldn't that be 2 times the full body power from before? The change in the right claw in terms of strength is akin to the natural ability strengthen. Luo Feng was shocked. Blood River Crystal. The peculiar and terrifying crystal was not only changing the beast in terms of universe origin laws, but also the essence in its body itself. Actually, during the first absorption, Luo Feng felt that the crystal itself was able to change the essence of the body, able to instantly transform one into a beast man, scaled man, and so on. However, that was simply during the absorption process alone. The moment it ended, everything would return to normal. Even though Luo Feng had always suspected that the crystal had other abilities. However, he hadn't discovered them yet. After absorbing 3 crystals, he hadn't discovered it. After absorbing 10 crystals, only then did he realize its terrifying ability. The golden horned beast's right claw itself has to be strengthened at least 10 times, before it is comparable to its full body strength. Luo Feng was shocked. This mission of Blood River World was indeed the right choice. Absorbing 10 Blood River crystals. The golden horned beast's most proficient body strength had doubled. As for the law comprehension and law unleashing, they had increased by 3 times from before. Its entire strength had indeed leapt quite a lot. Continue absorbing. Even that Qin could absorb 12 crystals, my golden horn beast should be able to take more. Luo Feng was extremely excited. The golden horned beast raised its head and let out an excited roar, once again beginning to absorb another crystal. The 11th. The pain was indeed strong, however it was obviously weaker than the absorption of the 10th, not as excruciating as before. After successfully absorbing the 11th, indeed its law comprehension and unleashing all had risen. The 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. Ah, no more. No more, I have no more crystals. They've all been absorbed. I need more crystals. I need more, the more the merrier. The golden horned beast raised its head and howled. The black-clothed Luo Feng too clenched his fists, and the Luo Feng outside in the huge pit quarters frowned. Blood River crystals, I need large amounts of it. But, where do I get them?